That bumper looks really shiny. I like it. It is extremely windy out today, so we should have all kinds of fun. We're going to be heading for Frontenac. We're heading for Frontenac, Kansas. We don't deliver till very first thing tomorrow morning, so we're going to leave today, get down there, spend the night. That way we can get unloaded and do our thing. I'll give you all the details a little bit later on.
Not take them home.
The dart guns we just had. I'll take it and throw it away again.
She pulled it out of the garbage?
Yeah. That's what she does to the dart gun. Horrible.
Really. She didn't go nuts like she usually does.
She got nothing. It's because I'm here.
Nothing.
It's because I'm here.
There's nothing there. What?
I'm here.
Boy,
Yeah.
Hey, Rosie, protect me. Don't bring me a toy that's all ripped up. Don't worry. I'm going to say bye to the two cutest puppies in the world. I love you. I love you. I'm not going to be gone long. This is like just an overnight, okay? Yes, I love you. I love you. Yeah. I miss you. So I just pulled a pretty good oopsie. I said bye to mom and dad, bye to all the puppies. And I left and I started heading for Sioux City. And I get about a quarter of the way up to the city and I go, oh crap, I brought a trailer home with me last time. So now we're back home, back in Mapleton. We're swinging back down here to grab my trailer that I brought home with us yesterday. Oh, that'd been great. I'd have got up there and old Mike, my travel agent, would have been like, hey, if you're up here, I see a trailer still sitting down in Mapleton. I'd be like, yeah, I forgot that. All right, so we're gonna hook onto this trailer, then we're gonna get underway. Okay, hang on with me here because this road is extremely rough. But I don't know if you guys can see it in the mirror there. The trailer is on the, there it goes. Right on the yellow line-ish. It'll blow back over here in a second. But I got the steer tire of the truck on the white line and the trailer is on the yellow line, if not covering the yellow line. And we only have 35 mile an hour gusts right now. So just to give you a little example of what it's like to drive a truck when you have an empty wagon and you hear the newscaster say gusts are going to be in the 50s. This is 35 mile per hour wind gusts. Could you imagine in the 50s what it's like back there? We've had a tire lift up off the ground plenty of times on the trailer there. I think I caught it in video once. I think Troy was with me. We were recording the mirrors and we seen the air get up in between the trailer and the ground, the tire and the ground. But yeah, just to give you a little heads up when that newscaster says, oh, gusts are going to be 50 miles per hour and you're an empty wagon and you wonder why drivers are like, yep, park in the truck. Yeah, don't give them any stress because this is 35 miles per hour and it's already making the trailer go over like that. Like you look in that mirror, you can't even see the trailer. There's a pretty Pete. Look at us all hauling light. Woo! I like this. 28,000 pounds of, hold on, Sarah's calling me. All right, there you go. Sarah called me. I just sent her a text that I booked a tire appointment for next Monday, so I'd be home next Monday, at least during the day, maybe not during the night. While I was on the phone with her though, I remember that trailer we pulled not too long ago, and it had that bent DOT bar, and it was looking kind of rough, and I said, well, it's the first time in a few years that I've pulled something like this. There we are again. We're pulling something like that. It's the same trailer. Okay, but like I was saying, we are incredibly light. We have 28,000 pounds of pork trim in the trailer for bacon, you know, and we're going down the front of neck. Here, let me show you why I'm going to get new tires. There ain't nothing left in that bucket. Is it windy? It's too windy out there to talk. But yeah, we're getting new tires put on her. We're going to go back up to Cherokee and have a north side tire put them on. I'm going to go with Hercules. I've never had Hercules before, but I googled them and they have the exact same tread pattern as my Roadmasters that I have on here now. And I run Yokohamas in the front. Every once in a while, if I can get Firestone 591s, I will run those in the front, but most of the time I can't really get those anymore. But no, Sarah is one of those that you text her and she will call you. I'm more of a, oh no, I don't have, or drink water. Yep, she's one that will text or will call you once you text her, which is fine. That's all right. I like talking to people every once in a while. Okay, so we drove 50 miles up here from Sioux City. We got 400 miles till we get to Front and Lac, 150 miles from Front and Lac to Lecompton, 300 miles up to Lamar's, and then 60 miles from Lamar's back home. And we're looking at, what was the math on that? I feel like 900 and some miles. 960. That's how many miles it'll be, is 960 miles. So we should be home, if everything goes right, pretty easy by tomorrow night. If everything goes right. There's a lot of 2 lanes in there. And unlike interstate, 2 lanes take a long time. But I like them, I love them. I prefer them way over interstate. It's a rule of thumb. When you get out of your truck, you always have to turn around and look at it. Because, well, that's your goal in life, is to drive something where you want to turn around and look at it when you're walking away from it. I turned around to look at my truck, my beautiful, sexy first class, when I was walking away, and the wind caught me and about knocked me down. And I'm a very hefty man. Missouri right now. My trailer's P. Let me show you. I remember the first time when I pulled a reefer and it went into defrost mode, I about freaked out because I thought defrost mode meant it was defrosting what's inside the trailer. No, it's just defrosting the compressor, or the condenser, or is it the evaporator, I bet, or the coils. It's one of those things that it is defrosting. You guys see me stop here at Trails Inn in Rockport, Missouri quite a bit. I'm going to show you why. There's a little secret. I'm not sure if I showed you in a last video or not, but just in case if I didn't show you the main reason I stop here, let me show you. Sorry. Okay. Your beloved peanut butter fudge. I will take a chunk of that, please. Okay. So now you know, it's just a small little chunk, that big. And I would love to actually get more, but I know I have no self-control. When I get this, my goal is to make it last at least a couple hours. Sometimes I get a few hours, sometimes I get 15 minutes. But if I would get a big chunk, nah, I'd have a gut ache for a week. Today would have been an excellent day to have a camera and just sit alongside the interstate. We have seen so many beautiful W9s and even a lot of pretty Peters. Would have been great just to get some recording that way. Never really turns out, if I try to record it out of the truck, never really turns out good at all. Okay, 233 miles till we get going and finish the trip out, or finish the part of the trip down to Frontenac. What else? Oh, I was going to answer a question quick. You get a lot of questions, and I've answered it before, about what weather app I use on the phone. That thing. It's simple. KTIV Channel 4 News. It's my local weather station, or local news station there in Sioux City. I use their app. It follows me around, and it works good. It doesn't give me a lot of like the wind gusts. I go to NOAA weather, national weather, to give me like the wind gusts, but usually it's just KTIV Channel 4. There's another question that I was asked about in the comment section of a previous video. I can't remember which one it was, but if I think of it later, I will answer that too. Well, that fudge is going to last a long time because it was warm fudge. I don't like warm fudge, so I threw it into the refrigerator, and the next time we stop, I will have some fudge, but not warm fudge. Can't do it. I don't want frozen fudge, but I'll take cool fudge. Ah, you know what really stinks? When you got a live unload in the morning and there's an empty one sitting right there. It's still there if you were wondering. You know what really hurts? Now they're just rubbing it in my eyes. You know, there's another empty one right there. Oh, by the way, we're going right back to where we came from because we need to sit and wait until they're ready for us. It's gonna be a good day. That fudge, look at that, guys. We are the next day and that fudge is still right here, not eaten. Well, it's eaten a little bit, but not all the way. Alrighty, 4 hours later, we have a door, and you are still there. Very confusing. And you are still there. I'm gonna make a phone call. I wanna know why there's 2 empties sitting down here, and I just waited 4.5 hours just to get a door. Well, I made a phone call. I should have made a phone call when I got in here last night. We could be on our way home from Lecompton right now. From Lecompton, our reload. Mike, my travel agent. Well, here, let me get this backed into this line here, and I will be right back with you. All right, now usually when we go to drop and hook places, if you have a live unload, like when we go down to, let's say, Indiana, a lot of times I'll go down there and sometimes there's a live unload versus a drop and hook. And when that's the situation, it's just, that's the situation. So when we got in here last night and we seen that empty trailer sitting right ahead of us, I should have grabbed it. I called my travel agent up and I go, okay, this has spiked my curiosity why my trailer is a live unload when I'm staring at 2 empty ones for the past 10 hours. Yes, I took my break down here. He goes, those aren't empty. Those aren't supposed to be emptied out till today sometime. I go, no, they're empty. They're off. And they are all the way over here in the empty area. He goes, are you kidding me? I go, yes, sir. This is turning into a disaster. A pure disaster. So I just went over there to the guard shack and said, hey, I need my paperwork though. He goes, the paperwork's already on the floor. They're going to be bringing it to me, but it might take them a little bit to get you your paperwork. I go, I just need them to sign it. It's just purely a drop. This is what usually, the paperwork that usually you can sign. Yeah, I know, but once it made the floor, I'm going to go down here, I'm going to hook up to my empty trailer, then I'm going to go back for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th time, and hopefully get my paperwork out of here. But the trailers that are empty down here, they weren't even supposed to be unloaded till today, and Mike said, hey, you only have like 8 or 9 pallets on. They got you unloaded right away this morning, didn't they? I go, no, dude, I just got a door. Well, when I was on the phone with him, I was pulling up to the guards, and I go, hold on, they're walking up to me because they had already given me a door, and I was calling them and saying, hey, well, I got a door now, but... And when I got to the guard shack, they go, oh, we needed that door, so we need you just to park right here and wait till that trailer gets unloaded. And luckily, I was on the phone with Mike, and he's like, no, just drop that, get out of there. You know, thank goodness you're not pretty. If you were pretty, you'd be getting all scratched up with these stupid glad hands. You're stupid, man. You're very stupid. You're stupid too. Not really, I'm sorry. You're not stupid. I'm stupid. I could have seriously been probably 400 miles away from here right now. Make the phone call. Bother the person. Do not wait. I bet you have a shiny hiney. You're shiny. Oh. Oh, yes. It don't get no better than that, boys and girls. Whenever you have that quilted shiny hiney with that beautiful puppy dog right there, that is the best trailer ever made. Let's just stare at it, use it to calm us down. Alright, let's go down this road for an 8th time. Look, I understand there's waiting in trucking, but when you don't have to wait and then you end up waiting, that is the worst ever. Like, when we got here last night, I could have pulled up, dropped the loaded one off, grabbed this empty one, and motored on. Now we got to deal with people. Now we got to deal with traffic. We got to deal with all that. We wouldn't have to deal with any of it. We could have just trucked all night and we would have been in solid. That's why I'm pissed. Who's Gordon Parks? I'm gonna have to Google that. We're in Fort Scott, Kansas, and apparently that's where Gordon Parks grew up. Boyhood home, whatever they want to call it. Alright, I'm not in the mood to fight Kansas City traffic. So we're going to jump on 54 up here, run over to Highway 59, and see how that goes. I've never been on it, so it could be interesting. Welcome to Garnett, Kansas. Kansas is doing its thing. I was all rattled up earlier. I was huffy, throwing a little fit like a little baby. But I got on my little Kansas 2-lane roads. They're nice and smooth, nice and calm, no traffic. Trip's going great. We got about 62 more miles till we get into Lecompton, but we do have to make a stop before we cross Interstate 35. I need to stop, throw the trailer open, and check it out real nice, make sure it's spotless, because there actually is a truck wash up here. So if it is a little dirty, we can get her all washed up before we go into our pickup. I'm not too sure what kind of wacky weed I was smoking, but there is no truck wash at 35 here. I'm a dork. So we're going to jump up, we're on an on-ramp. We're going to jump into the trailer, check it out real good, make sure she's clean. That is what you would call a clean trailer. little remnants, little pallet pieces, but those are just dandy. Nothing real bad. All right, let's jump on 35 for just a few miles, then we'll get back onto Highway 59, buzz up, make our, no, not make our delivery, pick up our reload. How you holding in there? You're still holding in. You ain't got much tread left. Those are still pretty decent. I could get life out of those yet, but I just, what I should do is probably put those there and then put 4 new ones on, run these down further, then put these on, then just get on a rotation. But I've always been one of those people that puts 8 new ones on. Not too sure why. It's the expensive way. You know, I think I figured out what happened to that last DOT bar. What do you think the chances, you know, that trailer we were just pulling? What do you think the chances are somebody hit that and bent that bar all the way in? I'm betting that's what happened to that last trailer we were pulling. Now to try to remember which door has the restroom in it. We have our new trailer behind us. It is loaded up with probably about 16,000 pounds of plastic. It's 28,000 pounds coming down. I'm guessing 16,000 going home. It's a light day. I'm pretty sure the restroom door is over here. Well, there's a door, but that's not the door I'm looking for. It must be on the other side of my truck. The first door I looked at was the door I needed to be at. I just didn't walk far enough to see the sign. Yeah, the sign right on the door. Well, if everything goes okay, we'll be up in Lamar's, Iowa, 300 miles. And then we have 80 miles from Lamar's back home. So we should have 380 miles left in our day. We are going to stop and grab some fuel. I'm betting the Sac and Fox is going to be our cheapest, so we'll probably go that route. I absolutely love the mood I am in right now. If you're a new truck driver, you should be in this mood all the time. But sometimes a person can get into like a rhythm. Now, mundane, I don't know what you would call it, but I'm in that mood that everything has to be perfect mood. You throw the hood open, you check all your fluids out, you check those belts, you feel the steer tires out, make sure you're not feeling any abnormalities. You go around to all your drives, you go around to all your steer or your trailer, you go around to, you do everything you're supposed to do in a pre-trip and then step it up one notch. In the wise of, you're looking underneath the truck, trailer. You know what? Everybody does that during their pre-trip, right? You're on your hands and knees looking underneath the trailer. Yeah, right? You all do it. On to other news. I bought some fries. They're the waffle fries. And I'm having a dilemma with Heinz ketchup. I love it so much. Like as in, I go into these places, these restaurants with Sarah, we go out to eat, and they have these Heinz ketchup bottles. But it's not real Heinz ketchup. They're buying the cheap stuff and filling it in. We're not holding anybody up. Don't do that. I'm about to start carrying this bottle in the restaurants when I go in the restaurants, because I have to have the good ketchup. 998 miles, and we just put 160 gallons in. What's that? That should be like what? It's like 6 1/4, 6.25 miles per gallon out of this big girl. Isn't that awesome? We are pulling a box or a refrigerated trailer with a 600 horsepower Caterpillar. Huh. I like that. I thought I was plenty good till we got up there to Lamar's. But I think the last time we checked in, I think we had, well, it'd been about 175 miles. I slept on the couch last night. No, I slept in the bed last night. And then when we went and checked in and had to come back, I'm like, oh, it'll only be a half an hour probably. So I fell asleep on the couch. I can't do that anymore. We've talked about it in the past, you know, with my whole back thing. And whenever I don't sleep in a bed, it gets kind of uncomfortable. So we just had to stop. We're in Iowa now. We're 100 miles from Lamar's, and just needed to stop and loosen up a little bit. Do for a little jog. For like a 3-mile jog, then a 4-mile sprint, and then a 2-mile walk, and then you know, just jumping jacks, 10 or 20 of those, you know, 30 push-ups, and everything was just really smooth. I mean, there's no way that I'm lying to you whatsoever. Tis the season, road work. We're in Hinton, Iowa right now. Turns out we're just going to take a little detour on some county roads here. And it also looks like we get to wait for a train because of that detour. I almost wonder if they're doing the bridge up here. Because when they were doing all that road work before on 75, they never shut the highway down. They just detoured you over onto one other side. But I'm almost betting they're working on the bridge. Who knows? This place is getting rough. I'm gonna have to start charging. I'm gonna have to start charging detention just to drop a trailer. 30 minutes per truck every time I come up here. Every single time. I don't know. It's just frustrating. You're almost to the end of your day, you know, and you've already had to sit and wait up 10 hours for a goof up. But then you get up here, you gotta sit and wait an hour just to get through the gate. And it's that way every time we come up. I don't know if they changed their system, or every time I come up there's a new face in there. Maybe that's it. They're just new people. Alright, so we're gonna drop our trailer off here. We're not going to take an empty trailer out of here, and we're gonna head back for home. That sounds cool, right? Warden has already informed me the motorcycle is coming out tomorrow. I go, it's gonna be really windy. Maybe not. She goes, the motorcycle is coming out tomorrow. I don't care what you say.